Okay, so here's more of my combustion-based fun. I got this hand warmer. It's made by Zippo. The Harley Davidson is not really by choice. It's just it was the first one available. Now these have been around forever, and there's some, in researching online, I found a lot of information. Some of it was unsupported, some was. So what this is essentially a felted fuel tank, very similar to the one on the Zippo, right? So this is the fuel bank, and then this is the burner. And Google told me this is a catalytic burner, and I believe it, which is a flameless combustion. So in other words, when you light this and it gets to a certain temperature, this part will continue to burn as it saps or wicks energy up from the tank. But this here is the part that actually makes the heat and then conducts the heat through the body, at least as far as I'm thinking, all the way through this. Now, the trick on this, the unspoken thing, is that once you light it, then the only way to turn it off or to extinguish it is to deprive it of fuel or oxygen. And one YouTuber recommended putting a plastic bag, and that certainly works. But today I'm going to try and just remove this when it's burning, remove this, and see if we get this to slow down. Because I'm assuming that this little mesh in here, I don't know if you can see this, there's little speckles in that, and this has only been lit like twice, so this is a fresh unit. I'm thinking that the wicking action, the fuel presents itself here through capillary and wicking action, or however you want to say, and gets up into there through the same capillary action, and when it's hot enough, then it vaporizes the fuel and then starts that catalytic combustion with the which Google said those are platinum parts of this special material, which makes sense to me. And when you light it, there's an initial flame, and then the flame goes away. So I'm probably going to break all the rules, but this is what I have found so far. As you fill it, you have this little handy dandy fuel cup, which has a half mark and a full mark, and the label says that half is 6 hours and 12 hours is the full mark. I don't want to go for that today, so I'm just going to put some in there. And I've had good luck with just going like this, because it's just a felt pad, so you're just loading up the felt like this. Right, okay, good. And then let's put this on here and put a dab of lighter fluid here. And so also another thing is that you obviously, not obviously, but it's now obvious, is that this doesn't have its own sparker, which would be kind of cool if it did. So that would mean you wouldn't have to carry two devices. But I'm not in charge of the world. So here we go. Okay. So I see, there we go. And if my observations are correct, it'll flame for a little bit. Oop, I think we need more, because you got to reach a critical temperature before this gets into a runaway combustion situation, where the heat of the flame is enough to draw the fuel out of the tank, out of the felt. All right. See if that works. You can hear it kind of heating up. See if it triggered. Oh yeah, it's getting warm. Oh yeah, it's definitely getting warm. Okay, now is that from the flame or is that from the combustion? Up here, I'm assuming the combustion's up here. Go get my heat gun. I'll be back. I can't find my heat gun. It's around here somewhere, but I'm assuming, and this is not warm, so I'm assuming I missed my something here. So we'll refuel this up. This is actually, I don't know, I just love the novelty of this. I've had this in my pocket for as long as a couple hours. Even without the little sleeve it comes in, just like this, the metal casing in my pocket. And it was quite nice, actually. Okay, we're getting any action here? Let's see here. Oh, there's a little glow there. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. There's a little glow right at the tip of my key. Can you see that? Probably not. All right, I think. All right, the case is warming. I don't know if it's from that flame. Oh, yeah, we're still there. So cool, it's orange. I wonder if it's actually a combustion or if that's just a... Oh yeah, you can see that right there. Oh yeah, you can see it. Good, 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 good. All right, so that means we have combustion somewhere. The real temptation would be to have a big one of these, like a, you know, like a 5-gallon size. Okay. Here, I squeeze the tank and a little flame comes out. Okay, so now we're warming. And this, I wonder if it'll flame up with this on. No, maybe it didn't flame up with this. Let's see. Oh, now it stopped flaming. Oh yeah, it's nice. You can feel heat coming off of this part here. Anyway, oh, our glowing part is gone. All right. Put this on. So Google said, and I have no idea to confirm this or not, that the only output of this is carbon dioxide. Once the flames have died, there's no carbon monoxide. And just for you bat fans, carbon monoxide is a poison that actually poisons you in addition to asphyxiation. So when you have significant carbon monoxide exposure, you need to go to the hospital because it's not something you simply breathe out. Whereas carbon dioxide, I'm assuming there's probably toxic levels of that, meaning causing significant issues for your lungs, but we breathe in and out carbon dioxide all the time. So it'd be really tempting to have like a really big size, like again, like a 2-gallon size one of these for a tent warmer, you know? Once you get it started, then you just have it, you know, at your feet or something. Maybe not in your sleeping bag or anything, but like, you know, just next to you, just to keep the chill off. Because it's a very nice warm. Like here, it's hot. Like that would burn. That would burn. But here, it's nice. And I'm assuming that someone at Zippo, whoever made this 50 years, 60 years ago, they did some calculation that you want this size burner for this size shape. I would presume that if you have a larger burner, it would make it much hotter. Of course, use more fuel. Okay, that is definitely ignited. And, you know, it's nice. Like that. Okay, now, the question becomes how to... Ow, that's definitely hot. It's definitely hot, but I think if we just remove it like this, bink, like that. See, there's no flame involved. This is hot. This is hot, like pulling cookies out of the oven on the tray hot, like 300 or something. Who knows, actually. I wish I had my heat gun. All right, so the question is, does this start cooling down? And the answer is, I want to say yes. I can feel a little drop already. And this is it's warm still, but that's not like baking hot. That's one of the nice part about this thin metal, is it the low mass heats and cools quickly. Okay. Oh my goodness, yeah, this is definitely cooling down. All right, well, it looks like a success that in order to extinguish this, you could just remove the burner top and just keep them separated from each other for a while. I'm gonna say that this is not hot enough to combust, to cause that catalytic combustion now. So I'm gonna put it like this, and I'm pretty sure we're fine. As he says, with 2 gallons of fuel on his table and other ignition sources. Anyway, let's see here. I'll have to do it with my heat gun sometime. Let's kind of wave this around. Oh yeah, that's definitely cooling down. And there's no heat coming off of this. So my recommend to anyone who's interested is that these are great, etc. You know what you get into. So in other words, you're starting a combustive process, but it looks like you could hack it or shortcut it by just pulling the burner off and just letting the parts cool. This will lose fuel and this won't have an ignition source. So there you go. Now the question is, could I light this? Just as a curiosity point. Oh, look at that. That proves there's still fuel on there. Now, interesting, did this. Now, does this still have fuel? Let's see. No. No fuel. Nice. So now we know that this would require a fuel and ignition source in order to become lit. Now the question is also, all right, so let's imagine that somehow or another, to assess risk, I put them together and I'm like, oh, well, can I light it again? Let's see. The answer is not easily. That's not going to light. Unless it wicks up from there. Well, anyway, there you go. Okay, well, I'm playing around with something else now. I'm thinking, okay, what if I'm out here and I don't have, this is filled with fuel, and if I don't have a liquid fuel to drip on the burner, can I get this going with just an ignition source? Okay. I wonder if I could just put it like this or something. Dude, I should have got my gloves. Ooh, it actually melted. It actually was hot enough to melt some of the plastic material from this pocket sleeve on there. Okay, I'm not sensing ignition. Maybe. The tank is getting warmer. Let's see. No. Now it's cooling off. Yeah, I don't know how you would easily do that. Because you want a little bit of fuel on this. I wonder if I could squeeze the fuel up in there somehow. Squeeze it up there. good, 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 good. Oh, that worked out pretty good. Oh yeah, I can see the orange. I can see the orange of that catalytic glow. See it puffing, it gives a little fuel. Huff, kind of hot rod it. Okay. Right. Right. Now. Oh yeah. That worked out pretty good. Okay, and now it's starting to warm up. You can feel the case getting warm. Okay. So I'll do the same. I'll just pull the cap off here. And we'll go back to square one. So that's cool. Cool, figuring out the deets. Because it's all about the deets. Okay, see you later.